Go now to DryerBuzz.com and follow at DryerBuzz on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all about the buzz.
All right, Marlon, thank you so much again for driving to Douglasville, jumping from your scope to our scope.
Yes.
Now, first and foremost, how do we find your scope?
I'm at what's my Periscope name? At TrueBiz Success.
And your website is?
Partnerwithmarlon.info.
And of course, DryerBuzz TV is so happy to partner with Marlon because he has so much amazing information. One of the things I love about you guys talk about my scope all the time. I want to know, well, what scope do you watch? This one right here, because he drops it. He has the dry erase board, and he's like giving you knowledge. Because we have so much. There's so many scopes out there that want to motivate you and give you inspiration. Rita and Marlon, I keep them on the couch because they got the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. At the end of the day, you know what I always say, it's about data and dollars. And I'm trying to get my dollars right. This one here with this system, and see the thing about this, I tell people all the time, words spell it out for us now. So first and foremost, the system is.
All right, system stands for save yourself time, energy, money. All right, that's what system means.
Write that down.
All right, and I know yourself is one word, but it's actually a compound word. So
it resonated with me. Because Rita said get tough-minded on her segment. She said we need to get tough-minded. Mm-hmm. But there's so much ownership in that because first and foremost, save yourself. Mm-hmm. Then time, energy, and money. Mm-hmm. And so many people, we spend too much time convincing ourselves not to be real about our money. Okay, we put energy all in the wrong places. Right. And we are wasting so much time. So when you save yourself, okay, here's my system. I'm going to save myself time, energy, money.
Right. Save it. So that's what systems are. We got new business.
What's going on, lady? I know. Go ahead. No, come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in.
You
gotta get
get some thingies.
Some thingies. All right, we are live inside.
That's what I'm going to be calling them tonight.
We haven't seen Alice in a while. We got to find out what Alice has been up to because she's on the theater side of it. Okay, back to the system.
All right. When it comes to systems, you want to have things, especially if you're marketing online or to people, you want to have it set up to where it's working for you when you're not working. All right. A lot of people want to get to the point to where they're rich. You know, rich and wealthy are two different things. Rich is how much money you have. Wealth is how long does that money last.
That's right.
So are you 2 months wealthy? Are you 3 months wealthy? Are you 10 years wealthy? So if you want to get to the rich part, you have to have something working for you when you're not working. And I've been to a lot of websites, and I'm not knocking anybody's website, but there's nothing that leads people to the automated portion. Okay. And what I mean by the automated portion is that, when somebody puts their name and email address anywhere on your website, it needs to be connected to something called an autoresponder. All right. And we have a lot of autoresponders out there that you can get. We have Get Response. We have Aweber. We have iContact. We have MailChimp. Mm-hmm. And so when you attach your site to an autoresponder, what's happening is, here's the thing. When you first meet somebody, it's going to take about 7 or 8 exposures before they decide to buy with you. All right? Because what they're doing, they're trying to figure out is if what you're talking about is real. So you want to make sure that, first, your message stays consistent. Like every time you come to my scope, I'm talking the same stuff. All right? I had a lot of people say, well, I was on the scope before. What else you got? Like, this it. All right? DISIT, this it. So if you want the rest of the stuff, you got to go to the site. But so they want to make sure that your message is consistent. So in this autoresponder, you want to have these emails set up over like at least a 20 or 30-day period. And every time they get an email from you, it's talking the same message. You may be giving them some free value, and it's always going back to that link to where they can get some more information. Okay. So after a couple of emails, then they may decide, okay, well, what is this person about? They may reach out to you. They may decide to buy. But what it's doing is those emails are working for you when you're not working. All right. Because when we're out there contacting people, it's hard to stay in touch with, thousands of individuals. Like right now, there's about 6,000 people on my list. And I have I know most of them, but I don't know all of them. But the emails are the ones that keep it going. So every now and again, almost every day, I'm at the point now almost every day, I'm getting a notification that somebody bought something from me because those emails are steady going down. That person finally saying, okay, hey, I want what this person has. So what this does, it allows you to automate your business. It turns your business now into a system. I don't know if you're familiar with something called the cash flow quadrant. If you're not, get the book. It's a book by Robert Kiyosaki called The Cash Flow Quadrant. I read this book when I was 19, changed my life. As a matter of fact, I read that and Rich Dad Poor Dad at the age of 19. I was on my way to my fraternity convention, and I was in the back of the bus reading the book, and they all talking about craziness. I'm reading the book, and I started my first business after that. But anyway, but there's 4 quadrants where people make money. On the left side of the quadrant, you have the E and the S. E stands for employee, where about 90% of people are in the employee quadrant. And then when people get tired of the employee quadrant, they move down to the S quadrant, which is called self-employed, all right? Where, yes, you're a business owner, you have your own business, you have your own time, but it still works the same way, as that if you're not actually working or doing the business, then no income is being produced, all right? So people on this side of the quadrant, they essentially work for the income. Nothing wrong with that, but we all want to get to on the right-hand side, you have the B and the I. B stands for business system, and the I stands for investor. So I'm showing people how to move from the S quadrant to the B quadrant, how you can systematize your business, all right? Take your self-employed and turn it into a system whereby it turns into what we call a cash cow, all right? That's how all the big businesses do it, all the big corporations. It just so happens that the employees are the cash cow, all right? Where here, your prospects and things of that nature will be the individuals that, as those emails go through that system, we'll keep in touch with them. So, system, save yourself time, energy, money.
There you go. There you go. That is so real. It's how many of you feel like it's tangible? How many of you feel like you can apply that now? Or you need to go back to the drawing board?
Yeah, so.
Do you feel like you need? Because, like I said, there's so much out there that's trying to motivate you and give you inspiration. But at the end of the day, the accountability is not there. Because all you're going to do is say, okay, I wasn't motivated today, I wasn't inspired today. But when you say, I've got to have X amount of dollars at the end of the day, I've got to keep building this legacy, it makes you accountable. So how do people watch your scope again and follow you?
You can go to @TrueBizSuccess or @TheValuenaire. Both of them will get you on my scope, and my website is partnerwithmarlon.info.
Now, how did you come up with Valuenaire?
Well, I don't know. I have a friend that wrote a book. His name is Robert Coates, and he wrote a book called The Connectionaire.
Ooh. And
years ago, and I met this young kid. I met this young man when he was 19 years old. He was going to Wright State in Ohio. And I recruited him into network marketing at the age of 19. By the time he was 21, he was making 5 figures a month. Ooh. And so just over the years of what he learned and what we taught him in the industry, he wrote a book called The Connectionaire. And so I was looking at his book. I was just going through. I was like, man, that's a nice name. So I was like, well, I'm always sharing value. I was like, oh, The Valuenaire. And so that's how I came up with The Valuenaire, because somebody told me a long time ago, if you're not providing value, you are valueless.
That's right.
And that's in any relationship.
Let me ask you this, because something that's the buzzword right now. We keep hearing people say, 5 figures, 6 figures, and you hear that all the time. Mm-hmm. But how do people decide? Because we talked about people not knowing what to charge. People don't know what the price is, and when we start talking about that, everybody got quiet and started listening in. Mm-hmm. Because people really don't know how to set that goal of what they need to be making them up. They want 5 figures, but what if it takes 6 figures, 7 figures? People don't know what it takes in order for them to be comfortable and really enjoy. You can say, I love doing this, but if at the end of the day, it's not paying your bills, or you can't go to your family, that thing you've been off doing all month that you love, and it doesn't satisfy what needs to be taking place in the household,
right,
then you get the conflict in being an entrepreneur.
Right. Because
one thing you have to do is learn how to expense all of this. Because you might make 5 figures, but what if it costs more than that in doing what you do?
Right.
So we all the times as entrepreneurs got to deal with family, got to deal with who we're accountable to, and the responsibility and not to mention the obligations. And that's why Friday feels so good, because Friday is that one day you can put all that stuff to the side because the weekend is coming. But then comes Sunday evening, that anxiety starts to creep back in, because you know those calls going to start back on Monday morning, right? So when we hear that, yeah, it's a buzzword to say I make, 5 figures a month. But for that person that's going to transition from a workplace to the cubicle to becoming an entrepreneur, what is really realistic for an entrepreneur, and how do you decide what your figures should be?
Well, no offense, but being realistic is one of the most dangerous things you can do. Because
we got another amen corner on that.
What you see is temporal, but what you envision is eternal. So if you want to,
that's right. Wait, let's let that, because I'm hearing what you said, because a lot of times we're out and we feel good now that we get back home, and you know how it brings you back into reality.
Well,
but you're saying trying to exist in the reality of it.
Well, think about it. Just 5 seconds ago, that's already gone. And what we saw 5 seconds ago is already past. But what you see here will always remain. Okay, like take advantage of all this art in here.
Right.
This was in somebody's mind. All right, everything that we see right now at one point in time was a thought in someone's mind. And then once it was put on paper, it became a reality. Let's take a look at the car. All right, when people are designing cars, what do they see at first? They see it here.
Yeah, right.
Then they put it on what? The blueprint. When it gets the blueprint, that's when it becomes the car.
Right.
All right? It doesn't become a car here, it becomes a car on the blueprint. Okay? So when somebody wants to move from the job to the 6 figures per year, all right, you first have to find out what do you need to make per month to get there. It's $8,333.33 infinity per month.
Right.
Amen.
That's what you need. You want to get to $100,000 a year, you need to make $8,333.33 infinity per month.
I'll tell you, I'll speak to that, because I've gone 14 years on this media outlet. I've gone to every conference center. One conversation, you hear people say, "Oh, I want $1 million business." Well, and she's gonna kill me because I can't remember her name, but she wrote the book on how to open a business in Las Vegas and not lose everything. And her name will come to me. She broke it down. She said, if you want $1 million business, get 1,000 people to pay you $1,000.
Yeah.
That.
What you're talking about.
God,
I can't. I've seen her. I read that. I can't think right now. I know what you're talking about.
But you need something tangible like that. So you said to get to how much a month you need? I mean, how much a year?
You need $8,333, and the 33 cents is infinity. All right.
So next time you hear that person say, "Oh, I made $5,000," you made $8,300, they're gonna be like,
exactly. So it's the difference between a 6-figure business and earning 6 figures. All right. If you have a 6-figure business, your business is bringing in 6 figures in sales. You're not making 6 figures.
That's right.
All right. So if you say I have $1 million business, well, your business did $1 million in sales.
Right.
All right. What after all your expenses and you paid your folk and you and
hopefully you paid.
Yeah, hopefully you paid it. You ain't running with the $1 million. What of that did you keep? Okay. Now, if you want to make if you want to bring in $1 million, you have to figure out you're going to keep about 20% of that for yourself, because everything else goes to paying the people, saving the money, you're making sure that you're taking care of your stuff later on. You're going to keep about 20%. So if you need $1 million to come to you, how much does your business have to do in order for you to keep 20%?
Right.
All right, $5 million. All right, you need to have a $5 million a year business in order for you to make $1 million a year. Okay. So now,
wait, that stuff you said to take care of your later on stuff. You talking about taxes and
your retirement, your insurance.
Right.
Because you
all that.
You ain't gonna be we're not gonna want to scope forever.
Exactly.
Right? The only thing we're gonna want to scope is our feet at the beach like this, and people just give you hearts.
That's what I said. I cry a little every time Oprah scopes or tweets. It just tells me, Lord, there's no exit strategy.
So, but here's the thing. Nobody's writing anything down. Everybody's, like I said last week, people are on the non-plan plan.
Non-plan.
All right, so they got the desire, but they don't have the skill and the faith. I do this formula. I don't know if I did this before, called desire plus skill times faith equals success.
We're going to have to get us a whiteboard for Marlon to come
exactly.
in, because we need him at the board.
He needs a whole hour.
Exactly.
This is
But
not,
he does scope and he does have workshops and all that. That's on that paid side.
yeah,
But
so we have desire plus skill times faith equals success. We all have a
desire plus skill times faith
equals success.
Say you gone?
Peace out.
Okay.
All right. So, because we all have a desire to do what? We all want to be successful.
That's right.
And we all have this level of success that we want. All right. And everybody's success is different. Okay. My success is I have Lamborghini success. That's that. I love them. I want one. I don't care what nobody says. All right.
Okay.
So, but that's just me. Okay. Everybody says they're. And here's another thing before I go into that. Everybody out there, please stop saying that money is not important. All right, I have a lot of people all the time that says money is. It's not about money. It's about I want to share people. If I could say it, it's BS. Okay, because money gives you access. It gives you access. Just think about.
It feeds you.
It does. Just think about the individuals who live in countries where they don't have access to money, right? And you sit on the History Channel all the time. What have you? They have these tumors and things of that nature, and right, but they don't have what? They don't have the money. As opposed to somebody, if they once they find a tumor, they got the money. We gonna take care of it, okay? So money gives you access. So we all have a desire to be at a level of success. So it's whatever desire is that magnificent obsession, whatever it is that keeps you up late at night and wakes you up early in the morning, that keeps you going. So we all have that, You can motivate yourself by, I don't have a vision board, I have a vision environment. When I go to my garage, I got pictures of everything I want all over the walls. The clothes I want, the watches I want, the cars I want, my wife's stuff, her jewelry, the kids. I tell the kids to put their stuff up there. So when I walk into the garage, I look around and my mind sees where I want to be. All right, it's like in here. So everybody has a desire. The next thing you need is the skill. It's the how to.
That's right.
All right, so we all have the, let's take it to tying your shoes. All right, we all have desire when we're kids that want to tie our shoes. Okay, maybe some kids do it faster than others, but then you need the skill, right? Put the loop, tie it around, put a bunny ears, whatever the song you learned when you were growing up. Mm-hmm. Now you have the skills, the how to. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mm-hmm. 1, and it gets monotonous, don't it? 1, 2, 3. But after a while, you ain't got to say it anymore.
Right.
You can tie your shoe on the phone like, yeah, I'm out the door. Right? You don't have to think about it anymore because you've done it so many times.
It comes happening.
Then the next part is timing it by the faith. Mm-hmm. All right? Now, faith comes by what? By hearing. Mm-hmm. All right? And we know the rest of that. The hearing of the word of God. All right? So I ain't ashamed. I'm going to say it. So the faith comes by hearing. Okay? And what I mean by also hearing and seeing. So the first part of faith is who and what are you listening to? Mm-hmm. We all listening to our, crazy friends. Right? Oh, I wouldn't do that. Well, what you doing? You start a business? Oh, you gonna quit this job? And you're like, well, maybe not. Right? So who and what are you listening to? All right? Number 2 is